Hey guys, so today I'm needing to crank our excavator, but the batteries are dead. Cold weather's got to them. They just drained to get in there, turn the key, barely makes the solenoid click. I don't have our dump truck up here. It's a 24 volt system to jump it off with. All I have is my F250. So I'm going to show you how to jump off a 24 volt system with a 12 volt vehicle. Stick around and I'll show you how it's done. There is one exception. You need to have two 12 volt batteries, like on a diesel truck. For example, this one. Got a 12 volt battery there, and on this side, 12 volt battery there. But on this vehicle, it's still a 12 volt system. They've got a cable running from the hot post of that battery to the hot post of this battery, and then ground to ground, and then a ground to ground over there. And that is just running them. Gives you more cranking amps, but still a 12 volt. Where on this system, on our excavator, 24 volt, you got a negative to a positive, and then positive to your starter, and a negative to ground. So those are run kind of like, the way I think of it is when you put batteries in a flashlight, how you stack them in there, and the positive end of one pushes up against the negative end of the other. The little part that sticks out pushes against the flat part of the next one, and it just makes, I guess it's called running in series or parallel. Well, no, the 12 volt may be parallel, this one may be series. However, you stack them together, it gives you more voltage, where this is just giving us more amps. Because you're still keeping a 12 volt, we're here getting a 24 volt. So if you try to jump a 24 volt system with the 12 volt system, you end up frying some stuff on the 12 volt, because 24 volt is going to put out what you do, a lot more voltage than all the electronics on this one are made to handle. On this one. So if it ever turns over, cranks, or you hook something up wrong, you're together, so you can still use your strap. The best thing to do normally is to isolate your batteries. On this battery. So take off, leave the negative off. Positive, negative, follow this cable around, hide it, take off on this side, hide it. You're going to put this positive, this battery to the negative is battery completely separated from everything. It's sitting here by itself. And then you come over to this side, like that. Do the same thing, tighten everything up. But now, take off your negative, you've got, and basically positive. 24 now, both volts batteries coming out the one that ties positive. Both batteries are completely separate. Now you can take these batteries, pick them up, and I'm going to tighten up all these connections, redo all the connections, crank it like normal. But if you don't want to have to undo all of those batteries, and you don't want to have to take those out, take these out, swap everything over, you can jump them. But you've got to make these batteries wired like those batteries to make it a 24 volt. And I'll show you how to hook up the jumper cables. I got two sets of jumper cables. One set of jumper cables, both ends of one end are hooked to the negative on this battery. Follow them along, and they're hooked to the positive of this battery. So that ties to make them 24 volt. Then my second set of jumper cables, these heavy red ones, I've got one end on the negative, which is going to splice our ground and our 24 volt, and the other end the positive of this battery. So this red set of jumper cables is sending 24 volts to the excavator. And I've got the ground of the red one, red cables, to the ground of the 24 volt, and the hot to the hot. See, it's leading back here to the positive on that battery. Just took out a bypass this wire, same thing. As long as you hook it to the battery side of this is just a master switch. As long as you hook it to the battery side, if you hook it straight to here, it's going to start turning over. Well, it's not going to turn over, it's going to send power to the system. But hook it to this side, and you're good. If you don't have a master disconnect, then just hook it to your batteries, same thing. I mean, you're losing another foot there, but no big deal. And that's all it is. Now you go in there, turn the key on, and crank it. Oh, come on, baby. turn it over for several seconds. Smoking, tried to crank, but didn't crank yet. So I'm gonna give it a little liquid courage. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully you never have to use this, but if you do, at least you know how now. And you can jump a 24 volt off if long as you have two 12 volt batteries, like on a diesel truck. Actually every diesel truck I know of runs two 12 volt batteries. So 2 sets of jumper cables, two 12 volt batteries, and you can jump off a 24 volt system. Just give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Got any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks, guys.